Hi, I am James Donegan, and this is Will Tran in James Donegan Productions. When exploring the historic time period in the late 1400s and early 1500s, it is important to understand why Europeans were able to conquer America seemingly with ease. Another question is, what was the price America, Africa, and Europe paid for that conquest? With this in mind, let me take you back in time to a land not so far away. In 1492, Christopher Columbus landed in the Caribbean, unaware of the fact that he was on a completely different continent than the one that he intended to land on, aka Asia. What he didn't know at the time was that he just happened to come across a region which would soon start a global trade industry, known as triangular trade. Also known as the Middle Passage, many slaves were shipped over to America from Africa in mass numbers with horrible living conditions to acquire this newly discovered continent's natural resources that couldn't be found elsewhere. Slaves worked tirelessly to harvest the goods and resources, which were then shipped back to Europe to be processed and then distributed. Although the slave owners and the region that received the goods were benefiting immensely, the slaves were treated extremely poorly. One former slave by the name of Olaudah Aquino documented his first-person account of someone who has actually experienced the horrors of slave ship captivity and torture that the Europeans inflicted on slaves. He stated in his autobiography,
"I feared that I should be put to death. The white people looked and acted as I thought in such a savage manner."
Some of these goods that they harvested included sugar and tobacco. After these goods were processed, they were ready for distribution. Africa received rum and other products in exchange for the slaves that they sent to the New World to harvest the goods. New discoveries that appeared in America, such as sugar, tobacco, and chocolate, encouraged many new consumers to be satisfied only by new regimes of unfree labor. These consumers positively benefited the conquest. Africa supplied the manpower to conquer America. The Europeans financed the conqueror's supplies, including new ships, goods, and products. These goods included new weapons that allowed the conquerors to annihilate anyone who stood in their path with ease. Now I will turn it over to my amazing associate, who is far more informed on the task to come. Take it away.
Thanks for answering question 1, James. Hey guys, my name is Will Tran, and I am thrilled to answer the question, what is the price that America, Africa, and Europe paid for the conquest? Let's dive right in. Columbian Exchange, which began by Christopher Columbus, was a swapping of disease, food, animals, products, and slaves between the New and Old World. Some of the diseases that Europeans brought over to newly discovered America included smallpox, measles, and typhus. On the other hand, syphilis was introduced to Europeans when colonizer made the trip from the New World back to Europe. These diseases were transported from place to place via sick people and animals aboard ships. America, Africa, and Europe alike paid the price and were devastated by the sudden outbreak of the diseases that they had no immunity to. In addition to the diseases that were transported from Europe to the New World, wheat, sugar, bananas, rice, and wine were also brought over. Corn, potatoes, beans, squash, pumpkins, tomatoes, avocados, chili peppers, pineapples, cocoa, and last but not least, tobacco were brought over to Europe from the New World. Silver was a big thing during that time. Huge quantities of silver that was imported from South America and gradually erupted throughout Europe and exploded everywhere in the European economy. Silver was used in most day-to-day transactions and to pay the conquest of America. But in order for silver to be used to get products from other people, they needed plantation farmers to become rich and wealthy. To become rich and wealthy, plantation farmers needed slaves to power the plantation that produced these consumer products, and this fostered a massive human trafficking industry, contributing to forcefully remove them of 11 million people from Africa.
Thank you very much for watching.
Especially Miss Sensible.
That's all for today. If you want to find out more information regarding the Age of Exploration, head over to Crash Course's YouTube channel. They have a great selection of free-to-watch, historically accurate videos.
See you next time. Bye-bye.